Welcome to another episode of Late Night Lockdown with me, your host, Nick Gibbons. That's right, we're doing it again, and we have a great show lined up for you today. But first, I want to tell you about this person down in Florida, a father of two, who's trying to create some levity in his neighborhood during these hard times by recreating classic Disney scenes in chalk on the sidewalk. Disney has sued him for $50 million. I saw that Google and Apple are teaming up to help authorities track the coronavirus using Bluetooth technology. And apparently, the virus wants everyone to know that there's a BOGO on Pizza Hut's new cheesy garlic pizza explosion. So go back out and buy one of those. I also wanted you to know that, unfortunately, authorities will have to update that software with the new model in about a year because they don't want to look like a bunch of assholes with last year's models. Come on! I also want to tell you about a zebra in a Kenyan national park. It gave birth to a new foal, and apparently the foal looked different, and the zookeepers didn't really know what the thing was going on with it because it was brown on top and it had like striped legs. Then they finally realized it was a donkey had mated with a zebra, so it had made a zonkey. And no, folks, that's not the punchline to the joke. That's actually really what they called it, a zonkey. The punchline to the joke is the zebra will be appearing on Maury Povich next week to find out who the baby's daddy is. Gotta find out who that baby daddy is. Now, folks, boy, do we have a great fun show lined up for you today. My first guest is a good buddy of mine from way back in my UCB days back in New York. He's a great guy, a lot of fun. Eli Newell. Let's go over and talk to him in a talkie zone right now. Come on, follow me. All right, guys, we are here in the seating area about to talk to a good friend of mine. Here's my buddy Eli Newell from sunny California.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm great. It's raining here, but I'm from Oregon.
Oh, nice. Represent.
If you're gonna be stuck inside, it might as well be raining, right?
Exactly. I think we're gonna get all that on Easter Sunday. So our Easter egg hunt has been canceled, and the kids are very upset about it.
I guess we're all going to church on Sunday.
That's the best thing we should be doing right now is praying together as a community, as closely.
Yeah, sharing one big glass of wine and tongue kissing. What kind of church did you grow up going to? Because
I want to go to the tongue kissing church. What is that church?
When you first hear about like orgies, you're like, oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. But then in reality, it's like old ugly people rubbing and getting weird.
The pamphlets are a little misleading, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
I think everything I've seen about like nudist colonies, like any video on it, it's always just people you don't want to see naked running around.
Yeah.
And like two attractive people.
I mean, I guess if you were like halfway decent, that would be a fun place to go.
Yeah.
You'd be a 10.
I think I could pull that off.
Well, you have just a fantastic dick.
Thank you.
So that would just shine.
My only issue would be all the trenches that were being dug behind me as I walked down the beach because of it dragging on the ground and everything. I don't want anyone to trip.
It's longer than your legs.
It's not so much that it is long, but it's heavy is the problem.
Yeah. Well.
And the best thing about this interview is I edit them down, so all these awkward pauses can go away.
So it's just, cheers to the next day.
Yeah, this one's just going to be me saying, here's Eli, and then you'll be like, bye, everyone.
Cheers to the next day.
Let's rewind the clock a little bit and talk about our historical past. You were managing at UCB, right? You were the managing...
Yeah, I was like a manager and I went on to Turco. But yeah, we worked together in the theater, like mopping up vomit and kicking out drunks.
I remember. It was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Most of the time the drunks we were kicking out were us. I would kick you out and then you would kick me out. So
yeah, we would just high five and tag in at the top.
I was an intern there, and what that meant is if you worked at the theater, you got free classes. So you were my boss, and we became fast friends, and we tormented as many people as possible, I think was what we were trying to do.
But that was the goal, yeah.
Yeah. My fondest memory, I don't know if you remember this, but I was pretty gone at the time. I'm surprised I remember it, but we hosted one of the SNL after parties, and I was working it. And you had given me a walkie-talkie. About 30 minutes in, you came and took it back away from me. You're like, you don't need this.
Here we are.
Exactly.
Well, we all made it through somehow.
Hopefully we're not being annoying to people right now because there's only a couple people around us.
We've been going through stages. Erica has her, my girlfriend's in medical school, late career change, and now they're entirely online. So she spends most of her day in the office. So we do have that separation. And we've been going through the phases of like, let's do something fun or let's do a puzzle. And then the phase of like, oh, Eli's depressed and spending all day on the couch. And now we're in the phase of just being mean to each other, but like fun mean.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Yeah. Instead of calling this a pandemic, I'm going to start calling this whole thing the Great Relationship Tester.
I mean, think about being stuck in our New York apartments with kids.
Me and Nance were watching a show the other day that took place in New York, and they were in someone's apartment, and she just looked at me and she was like, I am so glad we aren't in New York anymore.
Yeah.
Any new activities you've picked up? Any things that are keeping you from going nuts?
Coincidentally, remember those ads for Peloton where the girl's like,
yes,
I got us a Peloton in January. And so we're doing a lot of that. Eric is actually crazy about it, and that keeps me motivated because I'm like, well.
Here's the thing, though, and this shows you that the advertisements worked for that because you're already an in-shape, handsome guy, and you will be after you've used the Peloton as well. Just like in the commercial where she had no physical change in her appearance at all from the beginning to the end. She was already attractive and in good shape, and then she was at the end of the commercial, too. So it works.
I think that's the key to making it work, really. Yeah, if you don't have that, then it won't work for you.
Yeah,
as well as it does for other people. If you do have that going on for you, then yeah, it works great.
It's perfect, as advertised. No 5-star review on Amazon.
Yeah.
You really should check out Eli's travel stuff on his. I'm going to post all your stuff underneath this. But it's amazing. Check under the video, please.
Do you ever do that?
I never point down because I always feel like I'm just pointing to my dick, and I feel like that's kind of demeaning to the audience. Down there, guys, look down there. Check that out.
Last year, I went to 20 plus countries.
I always watch them because they're endlessly entertaining. For one, because you're a very funny guy, and also I'm not a big traveler. I've been out of the country once, and that was on a cruise. Recently.
Wait, are you patient zero?
I hope not. I very well could be. It was a Disney cruise. I don't think you can get sick on a Disney cruise. I don't think it's possible.
I borrowed a PlayStation 3.
Oh, man.
And I'm not allowed to have video games because I will not stop playing.
Yeah.
But I was like, if I'm ever going to do this, like ever in my life again, this is the time to do it. So I've been playing a lot of Fallout 3.
Yeah.
Which is the only video game that I know. And
well, you're getting practice. You're getting practice in.
Walking around in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. I consider it's a tax write-off.
Yeah.
How am I doing on this?
It's great.
My little body.
I wanted to do it vertically from the beginning, but I could never figure out how to get. Everyone's going to do it landscape on their computer, so I just wanted to go with it. You were the trendsetter that said, "Hey, don't you want to do this vertical?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do," and we did it, and we got it to work.
I want to fit this body in the tie.
You look good. Oh, man. Oh.
Yeah.
There it is.
There we go.
You froze. See, that was perfect because the picture froze right as you were mid taking it off, and then you just flashed on with nothing on. So that's. See,
now it looks like like a real low cut.
Yeah, you've made the suit sexy, which is good because this guy's body ain't great. He needs a Peloton.
He needs a Peloton, man. Hey, have you been doing a lot of like Zoom happy hours?
We're doing one. We're doing one Monday with some of my work people, but yeah, I haven't done one yet. Have you done a couple of those?
I've done a couple. They're real weird. I did one the other day with a couple friends, and one was just getting really high, and then just talking, and the others were just like, "What are you doing?"
The best thing about doing interviews this way, though, and this is mainly for you, is I had black bean soup for lunch, and I am just crop dusting this room right now, and it is terrifying in here right now, smell-wise.
No, I'm with you. I've been making chili.
Oh.
Enormous pots of chili. And I'm like, Erica, we gotta cook for ourselves, and we gotta be eating canned food. So these beans, and it's the best. I've been having, like, out of the last week, probably 2 out of 3 meals a day have been chili. You know what's great, Nick, is how interesting I am in interviews. I think that's great for you in this show.
Oh, I think it's real good. Your vibrant personality comes out.
This chili bit is amazing.
I'll tell you what. This is these things have been great because it's sort of just like two people hanging out and talking. There's no stakes. It's just two people hanging out talking. I think that's fun. I think that's interesting.
Yeah. Like when I did a big trip with an actual cameraman where I went through the Middle East and North Africa, and that was a lot of fun. It was pretty intense. The idea of the show is people would vote for where I'd go, and then I'd go and I don't know, just do silly shit or like check out cultural nonsense. It was basically like a dumb comedy show on the road, but like we were in Tunisia and going to the igloo from Star Wars, like the Lars homestead.
Yeah.
He's still there in the middle of the desert. Yeah, all these places that I'm not going to be able to go back to.
Well, this will blow over, so to speak. I always think about people that have to go to prison and how horrifying that must be to just sit there all day, every day for 5 to 10 years. And I'm like, I can sit in my house with my family for 2 years and be not the worst for wear coming out.
That's not a bad sentence, especially after everything you've done, Nick. I think that's
we don't really want to talk about that.
No.
You know, the government records every Skype call, so we don't want...
What's up, fellas?
You're still doing stuff at the UCBLA, right? Are you still hopping on stage there and doing shows every now and then?
I haven't been. It's been a little while with that. I did my dating show there for like 7 or 8 years.
Yeah.
And then once we shot a pilot with USA for that, and then stopped doing the show, and I hadn't really been back. Let the kids have it, and we had our moment.
Yeah, we did. It was a glorious shining. We burned like white hot suns for a bit, and now we're just burnt out pieces of coal.
So I don't know if your followers know this, but we were in an improv group called America.
Oh yeah, they don't know, but yes, we were.
Just my favorite team ever, and we were not good.
No. We weren't, but we tried real hard.
People on the team, but just together we weren't, like, we did a couple shows, and then we got a call on a Tuesday that we weren't a team anymore.
Yeah.
Because it was like a house team at Upright Citizens Brigade. So we got a call, and we were all bummed out. But that Thursday, there was a show called Cage Match where 2 teams would compete, and the audience votes for who goes on to next week. And so that Thursday, we were scheduled to perform. And we got on stage, and we're like, listen, guys, if you don't vote for us, then we're dead. And America's dead. And we would go out with cases of PBR and just drink. Some of those were the most fun shows ever.
Yeah.
And we did more shows during Cage Match than we did on regular Herald Net.
Yeah. Yeah, we won like 5 weeks in a row or something, didn't we? 5 or 6 weeks in a row.
It was like 8.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we just kept winning. Yeah. And they were good shows. It wasn't our pandering was fun. It was a fun gimmick, but I'll stand by those shows. Those were fun. Those were good shows. Yeah. Improv. Like, I think alcohol helped us.
What was that? And we were like, we don't care. We're not going to follow the rules, because there were like certain forms that you were supposed to do, and when this happens, then this happens, and we're like, fuck that. We're just going to do some makeup ups and have some fun. Yeah. So that was a blast, man. Yeah, and it was fun. And most people are sort of familiar with the short form improv, like Who's Line, and UCB, they do long form improv. And so this show in particular was, each team got 30 minutes to go out there. So you're out there for 30 minutes. I'd look on that time very fondly, and that is that was a great sort of like underdog sort of story. But I'm gonna wrap this up now, and so you get back. No, I'm not done.
Okay, you got more. Okay, well that's fine. We can keep going. All right, I'm gonna say goodbye to my friend Eli Newell. I'm gonna thank you so much for joining me. Please come back after this. Oh fuck! Oh my head! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! My head. Welcome back to the show. Now, I know a lot of you are shuttered at home. All of you should be shuttered up at home right now. And a lot of you are working from home. So I wanted to do a piece to help you guys out. I know it's tough times. It's hard to get your footing when you're at home and working, but I have some steps to help you out in a segment that we call Things to Do in Order to Be More Productive When You're Working from Home During a Pandemic. I know that title's a little long, but we were coming in a little short this week, so all right, we should be good. Here goes the bit. Now, the first thing you can do, now, wardrobe is key, and I know it's easy to fall out of getting dressed up and going into work every day, but you still have to do meetings and stuff. So what you want to do is organize the top half of your wardrobe. Don't worry about pants, they're unnecessary. Just put out your shirts and get a good, a week's worth of good tops. Make sure that from your waist up you sing. That's all you got to really worry about. Another thing is you're doing all these Zoom meetings. Now you want to put a good foot forward with these Zoom meetings. So really think about what background you're going to have in your Zoom meeting. What kind of mood are you in? What are you feeling that day? What do you want to project to your co-workers? Now, you don't want to get stuck with a bunch of kittens behind you when you're feeling more like a Star Trek Enterprise bridge. So, put a lot of time and effort into that, and then go to do your meeting. You'll come across a lot more polished, you'll look good, you'll feel good, and your co-workers will appreciate it. Another thing to do is to get into a routine. Who are we kidding? We're not going to get up before noon. Jump to 2 o'clock. Rain or shine, take that robe off and put on your PJs. It's good to get that robe off so you feel like you're actually doing something. Put on your PJs and get the day started. 4 p.m., beer. Don't do the hard stuff at 4. Come on, guys. We're not animals. 5 p.m., booze. That's when you can crack it open. 6 p.m., take a little TV break. You've earned it. It's been a long day. Watch a little TV right here, which will slide easily into your 6:30 p.m. early evening TV watching. Now, it is important to eat. So at 7 p.m., make sure you have at least a sleeve of Pringles lying around that you can scarf down while you're watching your late early evening TV. It's good to combine activities like eating and watching TV. That way you can stay more productive, get more done. 9 p.m. finally, it's the end of the day. Put that robe back on and sit back on that couch and enjoy your late evening television. You've earned it. You've been productive and had a great day. And then blackout. Now, you don't have to schedule this. Your body will tell you when it's going to happen. But if you want to write it down so that you know it's coming and you can prepare for it, maybe put a bucket beside the couch. That's a good idea too. Now, we have a stand-up comedian lined up in the queue for you guys. Katherine Blanford is here all the way from my email. She came and she's going to perform her act for you now. Let's hear for Katherine, everybody. Katherine, yes.
Thanks for having me. I'm going to do some jokes I was working on before the quarantine because honestly, I've been doing some jokes that I've been written during the quarantine, and I've been doing them on Zoom shows where they record it and then they release it later for an audience. So the host just always tells people, they're like, okay, so everybody on the show, I want everybody to listen and I want everybody to laugh at everyone because you are the only audience. And what you end up getting is you tell your new jokes that you haven't been able to try out at an audience, and everybody just fake laughs. Like, you know that laugh you do when like your aunt or uncle is borderline hitting on you, when your uncle's like, well, Ma, you've really blossomed. Yeah, you get a lot of that. So I don't know if those jokes are funny. So I'm going to do some jokes that I was working on before. And I will say this is the one quarantine-related joke for me. I started a new relationship right as the quarantine was happening. And this is what I've learned. Okay, now that I'm 20, no more bad boys. Okay, it's time to settle down and start dating Kevin from accounting. Okay, because this is what I've learned. Okay, if you want to date a bad boy, fine. Date yourself a bad boy. Okay, date yourself a guy in his 30s with dreams. Okay, if he's dreaming, he's sleeping, which means that he doesn't have a job. And what's going to happen is you're gonna end up getting matching tattoos. Okay, I did, but once that relationship's over, that tattoo stays, and then for the rest of your life, you're gonna have to explain that tattoo to all your future gynos. Kevin from accounting He's not going to get a tattoo, okay? Not because he thinks that they're trashy, just because they're too ouchy. But don't underestimate Kevin from accounting. This is what I learned, all right? He knows how to make it hot in the bedroom, okay? When things get steamy and he starts taking off his khakis, he'll go, Alexa, play sexy instrumentals. And I just can't tell you how good it feels when you see a man recognize his own weakness and then delegate that to an intern. It's growth. I'll tell you what I miss the most being in quarantine. I miss going to brunch because this beautiful thing happens when you're at brunch, which I call fulfilling my destiny, by the way. So when you get together with a group of women, okay, one woman will like share something vulnerable about herself with the group, something like she's nervous or excited to share. And then all the other women in support will just like take turns one-upping that biatch. And so this happened when I was at brunch before the quarantine. This girl was going on and on and on about herself. I hate her so much. She's my best friend. And she was telling us that she wanted to fly her grandparents back to India, take them on a trip. That's where they had immigrated from. But she was nervous to fly because airport security is just a pain in the ass for them just because their skin is brown. And I was like, girl, I know exactly how you feel. Because I was running this half marathon. Thank you. And I remember the whole time I ran in just a sports bra, like no shirt, just sports bra and these little shorts. And I noticed all these women on the sidelines were judging me just because my skin is so skinny. And then she started telling me about how her grandma was sick. And I was like, oh my God, I wasn't finished. So when she stopped complaining, I was like, anyways, so I ran that half marathon. It was for charity. I just love that we do that as a people. We just like raise awareness for people that are sick by doing what they can't. And so I'd shown up to the starting line, and this like nerd with a clipboard had run up to me, and he was like, ma'am, you can't run without your racing bib. And I was like, did you say a bib? And he was like, yeah, your racing bib. And I was like, okay, feed me, daddy. It's always the nerds. And he was like, no, your racing bib, it's a number every runner gets. You wear it on your shirt. You're supposed to pick it up at the expo yesterday. Didn't you get the email? I was like, oh, I don't have email. I have Instagram. And he was like, well, I'm sorry you can't run without your racing bib. And I was like, I don't know if you're blinded by the sun, but I feel like you're telling me no, and I don't really get told no. The only time I hear no is if I'm like, am I in trouble, officer? I'm just saying that life is just kind of yes and for me, okay? Like yesterday, I went through the Starbucks drive-thru, and the barista was like, oh, ma'am, the guy before you actually paid for your student loans. And I was like, okay, well then who the heck's going to pay for this latte? All right, that's it. Thank you so much, Nick. Judging by my quarantine body, I need to go do some push-ups now. Toodles, bye.
Katherine, good job, Katherine. Very, very funny stuff. Thank you so much for joining the show today, and thank you so much for joining the show today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're staying safe out there. Remember, you gotta share this around. People don't know that it exists. Or, I want to get these numbers way up because that's the only way God will recognize me when I get to heaven. Thanks a lot for all you doing out there, staying safe, socially distancing, all that good stuff, and I will see you next time on Late Night Lockdown. Bye, guys.